we'd like to show you some of the things that we've made using Charlotte's Fusible Web. And Annie's done a lot of these projects, so I'm going to hand it over to Annie.
Thank you, Heather. This was one of my very first quilt patterns. I called it You Stole My Heart, and I loved using the fusible thread for this because I love how the hearts stayed nice and puffy.
Right.
I've seen so many quilts at quilt shows, and you can tell exactly where they've been fused on because everything else is beautiful and puffy, and that shape is just flat on there. And that's what I love about this. I also used it when I did the scalloped border on here, so this was a really quick and easy way to do a scallop. I traced the shape onto my pink fabric. I stitched along it with the fusible thread, cut it out, laid it on my background, hit it with my iron, fused it in place, and then I just went around and did a blanket stitch. I used a blanket stitch on my sewing machine to go around all of these. On this one, I did it with a highlights solid thread, but when I did the hearts, I used a variegated thread because I wanted a little bit of extra interest added with the variegation.
It does, and it's the same colors that are within the block too, so it really does go well. The other thing that this shows is it still is two pieces of fabric. You can still pull that apart, which is why, as you mentioned, it has loft.
Yes.
It's not stuck, it's not flat. And the best thing about it is it's not stiff, because it's the stiffness I hate when I'm using something that I have to fuse the whole shape with. Charlotte's Fusible Web has it sealed. It is completely sealed around the edge, and then we've added a buttonhole stitch, which now has taken those raw edges and now finished them. But you certainly can't do something like this
with fusible.
With a fusible web that makes it so stiff. You would crease it, crinkle it, it would be a mess. But you don't have that at all. And I like the fact that it's so soft.
Yes, and the other great thing, which we'll show you in the next quilt, is you can do several layers and still maintain that softness. So let's show you those.
Okay.
This is a pattern that we did that we called Bling Bling Blooms. We wanted to use some different threads and different fancy stitches and really add some bling to a block. So we started by making our background, and then we appliqued all the layers in place. So as you can see here on this flower, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 layers in there, but yet everything is still really soft and flexible and not flat.
Did you need an applique sheet for this?
Not at all. I just put them in place and appliqued them right in place where they went. It was really fun then to try the different stitches and the different threads around the edges of each one to get lots of different effects.
And even though this has 1, 2, 3, 4 on a layer, again, I'm able to roll this up.
And it's very flat.
And it's flat. It's flat without creasing, and you can actually stitch in the middle of this without leaving holes. The problem with a sheeting web is that when your needle makes a hole, it makes a hole in the web, but the web punches out the hole, and unlike fabric, it doesn't close around your needle. So you're left with a lot of holes with a little thread in it, whereas if you quilt or do any work with this, what it's doing is it punches through the fabric because there's no sheeting behind it, and so the fabric closes up around the hole again. So it makes it very, very pretty for quilting.
The other thing that's nice, if you notice here, there's parts where the flower goes over the pieced part of the block. And if you tried to do that with a normal fusible product, you would see all the seam lines that are in there because it would flatten it right down on top of it. One thing that Heather taught me is to put a stabilizer underneath it. Can you tell us about that, Heather?
This is a shear stabilizer so that it allows you to make beautiful stitches. It gives us some stabilization for a zigzag stitch. It doesn't pull the fabric down into the machine. And then when you're done, you can just cut it right out. It doesn't have to be part of it, but it's just right under the stitching edge right here. And it makes this is a nice soft stabilizer that if you decided not to remove it, it still is not going to interfere with your stitching or interfere with the softness or suppleness of the fabric.
Piece. And I was really amazed at how much more beautiful my stitches look by using that stabilizer under there. And you don't have that puckery look that you often get when you try to do a really tight stitch like a satin stitch.
Right.
And here is that little quilt once it's finished. We made it into just a small wall hanging. We also have this quilt made in 2 versions. This is Heather's color choice, bright and cheery and knock your eyes out. So this is the Heather version of Bling Bling Blooms. And as you can see, we've got several blocks and we intersperse some little pinwheel blocks in that. And I think that's really fun.
Metallics, variegated, solids, thick threads, different stitches. There isn't anything that you cannot use when you've used Charlotte's Fusible Web, fusing your fabric down. And then we have...
Same pattern, but done in more subdued colors. Nice for a little baby quilt.
Yes, and we've got different kinds of stitches, decorative stitches around the edges here. And again, it just really is soft. A baby is not going to feel like you've just put them on something stiff. Again, I can just crush that block,
and very flexible.
It's very flexible.
I love the way the rainbows thread, when you do the satin stitch around it, you get the little stripe effect. I think that's very pretty. For this little quilt, which we called So Smiles Grow Giggles, I did the applique using a pre-printed fabric panel. The pattern includes directions for doing it where you cut out all the pieces, but boy, this was quick and simple and easy. As you can see, I had a fabric from Moda Fabrics that had all of the designs that I used in the blocks printed already. So I just stitched around each shape, then cut it out and fused it in place. So on this particular block, I used 3 different pieces. I used this piece for the main part of the flower. On top of that, I added this piece, and on top of that, I added this one. On each one of them, what I did was stitch around the shape with the fusible thread in my bobbin, an invisible thread on top, and I just stitched around that shape, cut it out, and then fused it in place. And I don't have any stiffness and flatness, and I was able to do 3 layers and get still really a soft, flexible quilt.
Yes, and you can use panels. Anytime you have a panel and you have other little shapes around it, you can cut things out of the panel, change the background by putting on a background that you want, and you're not really interfering with it. And you're certainly not making it look like you just glued it on and stuck it on, which is unfortunate.
That sometimes happens.
That looks like that.
Yeah.